This video is sponsored by Squarespace. If you guys are interested in trying out Squarespace, make sure you guys head over to squarespace.com/YCImaging for 10% off your first purchase. What's going on, guys? Today in this video, I'm going to give you a couple tips to help you film in really bad lighting scenarios. The majority of the content that you guys see on this channel with me going out and filming, whether it's regards to a vlog or a music video, tends to be either at sunrise or sunset, just because those are the best times to film. And me being a busy person with a kid, those are just the times that I'm able to actually get out and do the content. But sometimes you're just stuck with noon lighting, which is the harshest, worst possible light that you can get outdoors. Main reason being the sun tends to be completely over your head, which gives you really dark eyeshadows that just don't look flattering on a subject or a building or anything. It just looks bad. Now the first tip, which is kind of less optimal most of the time if you're doing run and gun shooting, is to bring some sort of lighting modifier. Now for the examples that I'm gonna show you guys, I just have a simple plastic board that you can get from a craft store that you use for science projects and stuff like that. It cost me a couple cents, but it works perfectly fine for what I'm trying to demonstrate for you guys today. Now what this does is basically it just bounces light. White surface, sun hits it, it bounces back at the subject, and it makes the light a little bit softer and it fills in for the darker areas of the subject that are shadowed. It's a bunch of different objects that you can use for this exact same effect. You can use an actual bounce board, you can use a diffuser, you can use a 5-in-1 reflector. It's so many different things. Reflectors are awesome, but you can literally just go get a plastic board from a craft store for a couple cents. It's a really awesome solution if you plan before you go out and shoot. I have a really small one, but you can get ones as big as the whole person that you're filming or the subject that you're filming, whether it be a car, a flower, whatever. Bounce boards and just lighting modifiers in general are really good options to adjust the lighting to how you would like to film with it. So with that out of the way, let's talk about the ways that you can film in bad lighting without modifiers if you did not plan or if you're doing run and gun stuff. The first way is to split your subject in half in terms of lighting. Now basically what I mean by this is position your subject in the sun so half of their face is shadowed and half of their face is lit. This right here isn't ideal for all shots because it gives such a dramatic mood to the shots. If you're going for this effect, cool. If not, you might want to try a couple of the other tips that I'm going to give you guys in just a second. But this is a really good way to combat bad lighting when you're outdoors. Now the next tip to help you guys film outdoors in really bad lighting situations is to place the back of your subject towards the sun. Basically backlighting your subject and exposing for your subject's face. This method right here is what I do the majority of the time if I'm filming outdoors in really bad scenarios, just because it gives the subject a really soft, even overall tone within their face. This is gonna be the method that you guys are gonna wanna use if you wanna retain all highlights and details in the sky, because the majority of the time you might find yourself blowing the sky out a little bit. Another really cool benefit of filming this way is you can get some really cool lens flares in a shot if that's what you're going for. So, I mean, it's not so bad. You know, you might lose a little bit of detail in the sky, but you get some cool lens flares, you get a really soft tone on your subject. I mean, it's really gonna all depend on the look that you're going for. Now, before we get into this last and final tip, I wanna give a shout out to the sponsors of this episode, the people over at Squarespace. You guys have no idea what Squarespace is. It's an all-in-one platform for pretty much everything website related. Whether you're looking for a domain, trying to create an online store, or a blog, Squarespace is a really good place to be. Now, aside from the designer templates that they also provide 24/7 customer support. So if you ever find yourself in a jam where you have no idea what's going on with the website that you're creating, you can just hit them up right in the chat and they'll hit you right back. So if any of you guys are interested in trying out Squarespace, make sure you guys head over to squarespace.com right now and start your free trial. And you can also head over to squarespace.com/YCImaging for 10% off your first purchase. Links will be down in the description. Now the last and final way that you guys can make your shots look really good while filming out in bad lighting scenarios is to just use the shade. Now the shade is amazing. It provides a nice, soft, even tone for your subject. You don't have to worry about any harsh shadows coming in. The shade is just so clutch in these bad lighting scenarios. Now just like the backlighting method that I was just telling you guys about, one negative of filming your subject in the shade is if you're trying to perfectly expose for the subject, you might find yourself blowing out the background if the background is the sky. So keep that in mind. If you guys are trying to keep a lot of detail in the sky, this might not be the method that you guys are gonna wanna go for. Now another tip to help you guys film outdoors is to film in some sort of log or flat profile. This is gonna help you retain the most amount of detail in the shadows in the shot and also the highlights that you might find in the sky. Use these couple tips and you guys are gonna be a beast at filming outdoors, even in awful lighting scenarios. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to drop it a like, comment, also subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Peace out.